Hey, Tony Gaston here. Now, he cheated. All right, part two. Now, this right here, if you decide to leave. If you decide to leave, and whether it's the first time, or it's the third time, or the fifth time, if you decide to leave, it's two sides to deciding to leave. If you decide to leave, and it's the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's why you leaving, then you have to cut him all the way off. You gotta block his number. You gotta block him on Facebook, block him on Instagram, unfriend him, unfollow. You gotta get distance from his family. You gotta get distance from his friends, mutual friends. You gotta get distance from everybody. You gotta go to your family and your friends. Your friends that do not talk to him, your family that do not talk to him, or your family that will cut him off. If you still got family that's still talking to him, then you got to cut that family off. Now that is what you're going to do if you're going to leave. And you're going to have to get in therapy and or coaching. If you can't afford either of that, you're going to have to read some books. You're going to have to watch these YouTube videos. You're going to have to move to where he doesn't know where you live at. Either you stand with a friend or in a shelter. Or if you get your own place, if you use your exit strategy and you got first and last month's rent, then you're able to do that. If you need to get a couple deletions, get them student loans deleted off your thing, or get some inquiries deleted, or get some late payments deleted, that might take you 2 months. So remember, that's what you're doing. You know, one of my clients got a very successful credit repair company. I'll connect you. You need to get that stuff off your credit. And when you get that cleaned up, now them 2 months, 3 months you use with that exit strategy while you were still with them, now when you leave, you don't have no ties. The next question comes up that you say, well, what if we have kids? Can't just do that if we have kids. What you have to do when you leave, if it was very, very toxic, see, it's two sides to this. Just a lot of caveats and nuances here now. If it was very, very toxic, then you introduce a mediator. Your mama, your brother, your daddy, your cousin. If he was really nasty with the A word, abuse, all right, verbally, you bring in a mediator. That's a man, your brother, your father, your guy friend. Oh yeah, he in his feelings. All right, okay, all right, get mad. Yeah. Here go the child support check too. That's child support. Give him a child support. And you introduce a mediator. If you don't have a man or don't want to use a man, then bring in a woman. And it could be your best friend. It could be your mama. It could be now if your mama and your sister loose and you know they got a little loose booty 901 in them, don't use them. Even your friend. You might want to use a married woman that you know is married and faithful. And it might be her and her husband that help you out. And when I say mediator, what this person is doing is they are who he contacts about the children. He mad, let him scratch his booty and get glad. He created that situation from being abused. If he wouldn't have been out there trying to be Conor McGregor in there with you, you wouldn't have this problem. If he wouldn't have been verbally abusive and just ripping you a new one all the time, cussing you out like a slave, then you wouldn't have this problem. He made the bed, let him lay in it. Call such and such. You want to hear about the kid? Call such and such. So that's why it's good to use a heterosexual male to deal with him, because you know ain't no funny business. Because it's a lot of women friends, and I'm letting y'all know this. I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of y'all friends loose. Because a lot of your friends secretly be jealous of you. And you like, oh, that's my best friend. My best friend will never do that. I have seen otherwise. Several countless times. Okay? With myself and with other men. All right? And my wife, she know about that. So I put her up on game. I made her hip to the game. So I don't have none of her friends. I don't talk to none of her friends. None of her friends got my text messages. Just text me and I don't text them. My sister-in-laws, my wife got two sisters, 2 blood sisters and 1 stepsister. Them 3 sisters, I don't got No communication with them. And ain't no funny business will happen anyways, but it's just better safe than sorry. And my wife don't encourage that. She don't say, hey, text such and such for me. Hey, text such and ask her. If I got a question for one of her friends, female friends or her sisters, she'll ask them for me. She don't cross over like that. And that's wisdom. Same thing. My wife ain't texting none of my male friends, and they not texting her. You know what I mean? Because humans gonna be human. Humans gonna human. All right? So you introduce this mediator. And what typically is gonna happen if he's toxic, he gonna fall off. He'll just not even talk to his kid and to not have to go through that other person. And that means he don't want to be a good father anyways. Because a man who want to be there for his kids and a man who's ready to become a real man, he learned from his mistakes. He gonna realize, I created this situation. I was in that relationship doing too much. I created this situation. Now I got to deal with her brother or her daddy to hear about how my kid's doing in school, or her guy friend to hear about how my kid's doing in school, and that person meeting him at the park with the kids and they bags, and he picking up from that person. And if it's not that person, you may be with that person, but you got somebody with you. So conversation between you and him, finito, nada. You see what I mean? And only thing talking to him is that courthouse. That courthouse talking to him. He made the bed, let him lay in it. Now, if you leaving to send a message, and basically what this is you getting distance so that you can read and pray, fast and pray. You might do your coaching session in there, but you getting distance. You going to stay with your mama. You going to stay with your sister. You got if you got a good job and you got a savings and you got good credit and you got a good credit card, then go get you a hotel that he don't know where you at, because he know where your mama live at. If she live in y'all city, he know where your best friend live at. He know, where people live at. So go get your hotel. Go get your hotel. You might even rent you a car. You might go park your car somewhere in case he got a tracking device on it, or take your car up to the dealer and say, hey, can you scan this or look this? Make sure you ain't got no tracking device on here. It just depends on the depth of your relationship, because a lot of men got tracking device on their woman car. A lot of women got tracking device on their man car. All right, you got to turn over every rock, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you go get your hotel, and you stay at that hotel. If you're leaving to get distance, to get clarity, but it's a possibility that you want to come back because you want to make it work. You want to, give them a second chance. If you're on third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, I'm not talking to you. All right? That's a bad decision. You need to be getting some coaching so that you can hear verbatim out of my mouth what you need to be doing. I'm not talking to you if you're on third, fourth, fifth chance. If you pondering the second chance, leave to get distance. If he's cheated, leave to get distance. It could be 24 hours. It could be 48 hours. It could be 72 hours. You really do not want it to be more than 14 days. If it's more than 14 days, y'all done. Y'all done broke up. Go on about your life. Go on about your business. Because in a relationship, there are no breaks. So you don't want to get in the habit of taking breaks. If you go past 14 days of leaving and being apart, y'all broke up. So what he's doing in them 14 days, after that 14 days, he laying wood. You hear me? Unprotected, because he hurting. And that's how he dealing with his pain, because he immature. You got your grown boy. So he out there, So when you come back and y'all get y'all makeup session, all that right there bacteria being deposited in you. So now you done came back and done caught you one. Now you got to go get you a Z-Pack. Or it ain't no Z-Pack. It's incurable. And that's because you played the game. You played the wrong game. You want to be broke up a month, 2 months, 3 months. He out there willy-nilly. So there are no breaks in a relationship. If you're going to come back, you need to make a decision. Within 2 weeks, you need to make a decision so it ain't too much done happen. And I deal with this a whole lot. To where it happened, I get all these emails to where we broke up. We was broke up for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. I done heard that a year. I'm trying to think if I heard 2 years. I might have heard 2 years one time. And it's like, and he slept with 18 women. And it's just now we're back together, but I just keep picturing these other women. I'm just having dreams of their ingrown hairs between their legs and just him down there, like you would say, Tony, eating peach cobbler. Y'all be using my words on me. And when you use my word on me, I hear how crazy it sounds. I'm like, peach cobbler? Did I say that? And like you would say, Tony, eating peach cobbler, and I'm just having visions, and I just cannot get over it. That's what you get, because you should have stayed gone. You should have stayed gone. And don't be comparing to me and my wife, because we an exception to the rule. When my wife left me, she wasn't leaving to come back. She was leaving to be gone. She was leaving to be gone. We just happened to bump back into each other. And again, she was 20 years old. She was 19, 20 years old. All right. You got must under your arm. Okay. You musty. She was too young to even be musty. You musty now. So now I remember my homeboy came. He's like, hey man, after your mama pee, do it have a strong stank smell? It just smelled like a little skunk. I was like, yeah, you be smelling that? We were talking about our mama pee. And our mama probably was in a late 30s or 40s. Probably was in their 30s. Probably was in their 30s. And boy used to smell that smell. And my homeboy was telling about how his mama pee used to smell. When you smelling your pee, you need to be able to make a decision. When your pee got a smell on it, you got to be able to make a decision. It don't take you 3, 4, 5, 6 months, because you grown. Your body fully fermented, fully grown. Your mind is fully developed. You need to make a decision. If it's worth being gone from this man more than 2 weeks, it's not worth coming back to at your age. Now, you early 20s, y'all don't even know what y'all doing anyways. Y'all might be wasting y'all time all together anyways. You need a coaching session. We got young coaches on mymentor.life that's in their 20s, but living right, got their head on straight. Go just look through the picture. You'll be able to tell who in their 20s. Hire them for a coaching session, because it might be $25 to $50 an hour. Hire them for a coaching session and see if you're wasting your time in that early 20s relationship. 30s, 40s, make a decision. All right. And now, if you leaving to come back 14 days or less, and then when you come back, you got to forgive. If you coming back, you got to forgive and forget. What that means is forgive him of the offense and never remind him of it again. If you cannot forgive him and not remind him of the offense, then what he did was too painful. What he did too much damage. And when I say not remind him, I don't mean like 1 more, 2 more closure conversations. When I say remind him, I mean you got it just like a black cloud over his head. Anything he do, he go to put his plate up. Oh, that's how you put your plate in the sink at her house? Oh, that's how you plop down on her couch too? Oh, do you change the channel continuously at her house? That's what I mean by remind him. I'm not talking about y'all sit down, y'all talk through it and say, what took you to this point? Why did you make that decision? And how do you know you're not going to make that decision again? Y'all for counseling sessions or coaching sessions. I'm not talking where you got to talk through it. You got to hash through it. I'm not talking about that when I say don't remind him. I mean, it shouldn't be a black cloud over his head that he got to be answering to 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, and you still bringing up that other woman. Oh, that's how she did? Oh, that's what she did with her? And then you lay down to give him your body, and in the middle of it, you just get up. I just picture you on top of her. You need to get help. Because if you got to go through all of that, what he did is too much. And that means that is a sign the relationship over. Go about your business. You made the wrong decision coming back. Go about your business. It's too serious. Hey, this Tony, guys, I got to go. But I think I got one more. I might have another part on this. God bless you. We'll talk soon.